Let's do it.
Let's rock.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the world. This is paper review of Houston weekend. It was Houston, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Or as I call it, Survivor Series weekend.
Don't nobody care what you call it anyways. I am your true and rightful WonderShop WWE champion. The playmaker. One half. The face of the mainstream machine. War Machine MJ. Now I'm joined by my brother in arm. The strong arm of the mainstream machine. Go ahead and throw up the big M.
I don't know how to do that.
That's like West Side, but yeah, there you go. The WonderShop United States champion, mainstream Malcolm. Give me a little bit of clink. There we go. And of course we're joined by this guy, the bitch with the itch, Mr. Third Place, Rodimus Prime. So desk jockey, do your thing.
Desk jockey?
Desk jockey, yep.
Desk jockey.
Desk jockey.
Okay. Well, you know what? Before we get into things, I will be a fair sport, and I will say, congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
You deserve it. Well fought battle. And I must bow down to the king.
Hail to the king, bitch.
Yes.
Hail to the motherfucking king.
Anyway, we are going to start with Saturday, which was NXT TakeOver War Games. Now, this was the TakeOver show where War Games was brought back for the first time in nearly 20 years. Paul Ellering, who manages the Authors of Pain, who we'll talk about in just a minute, was in the very first War Games back in 1987. Nearly 30 years ago. But anyway, we'll get to War Games in just a minute. Let's start off with the first match. Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. Now, I picked Lars Sullivan. Who'd you pick?
I picked Lars as well.
And he picked?
I think he picked Ohno.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
But anyway, this match was what it was.
It was a titanic clash of two big bastard individuals.
Yeah, and let's just say one got the better of the other one because Lars Sullivan won with his finisher, the Freak Accident, in which I like that name. 5 minutes, 11 seconds, 2 out of 5.
Too bad his face is a freak accident.
That is true. The next match, which pretty much what we called the match of the night, I think all three of us called it. And let's just say this match right here did not disappoint at all. It was the Velveteen Dream taking on Aleister Black.
And like I said in the preview, this whole match was about one thing and one thing in particular. Recognition.
Yep. Basically the whole time throughout this rivalry, Velveteen Dream was trying to get Aleister to say his name. And Aleister, he basically resisted throughout the whole rivalry. And then came Saturday, this match, I mean, the crowd just basically ate this match up alive in a very good way. In the end, Aleister Black did win with the Velveteen Dream. I will say that
he won with the Black Mass
On Velveteen Dream.
on the Dream.
Yeah. Anyway, in the end, he did say Velveteen Dream's name. He finally said it.
He said, enjoy your days in infamy, Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, and the crowd just basically was like, oh shit. He finally said his name. And Velveteen Dream couldn't believe it either. But anyway, 14 minutes, 37 seconds. Aleister Black gets the win. 5 out of 5. Easy. 5 out of 5. The next match was the Fatal 4-Way for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. You had Mae Young Classic winner Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce, Wifey Cross, and Ember Moon. For the little time that it got, this match was pretty good. Throughout the show, the matches alternated through the rings. Alternated rings, rather. But I picked Peyton Royce. You picked.
I picked Ember Moon.
He picked.
I don't even remember. I think Ember Moon, I said.
I think he said Ember Moon.
I think so.
Yeah, but we got the win on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, Ember Moon did get the win with the double eclipse. She finally becomes NXT Women's Champion. Despite me picking Peyton Royce, I will say it is overdue that she became champion.
Yes, and she got the championship along with some more respect from her old-time nemesis, Asuka.
Yes.
Who handed her the belt.
Which was pretty cool. She did look set. She did look good in that red dress, though.
Mm-hmm.
9 minutes, 52 seconds. It gets a 3.5 out of 5. The next match was for the NXT Championship. It was the champion, Drew McIntyre, taking on and defending his championship against Andrade Cien Almas, led by the very sexy Zelina Vega.
Once again, like I said on the preview, this one was built around one thing. That's respect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Almas wanted this title match. He wanted a chance to prove himself. But McIntyre kept telling him, if you want this match, you'll have to come and talk to me mano a mano, man to man.
Yes. Now, they had a contract signing weeks prior to TakeOver. Andrade Cien Almas signed the contract. Well, he attacked Drew McIntyre, signed the contract, took Zelina's gum, literally stuck it to the contract and stuck it to Drew McIntyre, making a statement. And that he did. I will say that this was one of Andrade's best matches, if not his best match. I will say that moonsault, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But unfortunately... Oh, wait. Go ahead.
Oh, you were about to say it. Go ahead.
I was about to say, but unfortunately, Drew McIntyre got injured. He tore his bicep after keeping his arm on the rope while taking a top rope spin-out DDT.
Yeah, and because of that, Andrade Cien Almas became the new NXT champion. And I will say what other people said. He didn't deserve it. He earned it. And this match lasted 14 minutes, 52 seconds. It gets a 4 out of 5. Now, speaking of Drew, he will be out for the next 4 to 6 months. He's hoping to come back around WrestleMania time. So we here at WonderShop do wish him a very speedy recovery.
Yep.
And now, the main event. As we mentioned at the top of the show, War Games was brought back for the first time in 20 years. But this time you had 3 teams in this match. You had Sanity taking on Roger Strong and the Authors of Pain and Undisputed Era, or as they do it. Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
And of course, Undisputed Era is led by, and say it with me, folks,
Adam Cole, baby! Yeah.
See, you just don't say his name. You have to shout it, and you have to add the baby to it.
Yeah. Now, the way this match worked, basically, one participant from each team got in after a 5-minute period, then the other 2 from one team come in. After that period, after that 3-minute period, then the other team come in. So it's pretty much all-out war. I will say the one rule that was stupid, that if you escape the cage, your team forfeits. That was dumb as fuck. Other than that, this match was pretty much great.
Yeah.
Alexander Wolf, let's talk about him. He did suffer a nasty injury, or he had a nasty spot where he was bleeding everywhere, like a murder victim.
Mm-hmm. Bleeding right out from his mohawk.
Yeah, but other than that, this match was pretty much this match was pretty good. I did read where because of the match's success, they're thinking about doing it annually. So I don't know how they'll.
They're thinking about doing it anally.
Anyway. Undisputed Era did win, by the way. 36 minutes, 37 seconds. It gets a 4.5 out of 5. Now, Superstar overall rating in matches of the night. Superstars of the night go to Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream, Ember Moon, Andrade Cien Almas, and Undisputed Era. Matches of the night go to the NXT Championship and War Games overall rating.
What about Dream and Black?
Oh yeah, that's right too. And overall rating 4 out of 5. Now, let's move on to Sunday. Sunday was the big Survivor Series pay-per-view where they said for 3 billion times this was the night where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head. Now, we started off with the pre-show. They had 3 pre-show matches on this card here. We'll start off with Elias versus Matt Hardy. We'll just run through this. Elias won with the drift away, 9 minutes, 15 seconds. It's a 1 out of 5. The next match was the Cruiserweight Championship match. It was the champion Enzo Amore taking on the former champion Kalisto if he didn't fall on his head after jumping off that trampoline.
No, he didn't fall on his head.
Yep.
His gut got stuck on the rope.
Yep.
So you know what that means. Kalisto's gotten fat.
Yep. Oops. Anyway, this match was fairly decent. Being that I don't watch the Cruiserweight division anymore, no. It was fairly decent. I don't know about you guys.
I don't watch it either.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll just run through this. Also, Enzo Amore won. He retained his championship, 8 minutes, 45 seconds. We gave it a 2 out of 5. Then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the Fashion Police, Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. This was better than the Cruiserweight match and definitely better than the first match. So basically, we're just running through this to get through all the interesting stuff. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won, 7 minutes, 45 seconds, 2.5 out of 5. Now, we get to the real matches on this card. We're going to start off with the 6-man tag team match. It was the Shield representing Monday Night Raw, taking on the New Day.
Rocks.
Yep. Representing SmackDown Live. Now, going into this match, you know, it was a lot of teasing about this match. Monday Night Raw went overseas, SmackDown Live tried to invade, so on and so forth. But this match did not disappoint. But of course, Roman Reigns got in and the crowd still told him how much he sucks. That being said, the Shield won with a triple powerbomb off the second rope to Kofi Kingston. 21 minutes, 20 seconds, 4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, excuse me.
Didn't disappoint at all.
No, it did not.
Even though they should have done this match earlier.
Yep. Anyway, we had the next match. It was the first of 2 5-on-5 tag team elimination matches. We started on the women's side. Team Raw with Captain Alicia Fox, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Asuka. Taking on Team SmackDown with Captain Becky Lynch, Naomi, Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya. That's a lot of names. Anyway, this match was okay, but a little clunky. Becky Lynch got eliminated early. Tamina and Nia Jax faced off to Clash of the Titans, I guess.
Yeah, the strong women of both brands.
Yep. Some clunkiness between Alicia Fox and Naomi.
Yeah, where Alicia Fox got eliminated even though she had her shoulder up.
Yeah, and in the end, Asuka was the sole survivor for Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Raw won this match. Like I said, Asuka was the sole survivor. 18 minutes, 35 seconds. It gets a 3 out of 5.
You never bet against Asuka.
No. Because nobody is ready for Asuka. Correct?
That and she's on a hot streak.
Exactly. Now we'll move on to a singles match. It was champion versus champion. We had about, 3 or 4 champion versus champion matches on this show. We'll start off with the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, taking on the United States Champion. Yeah, that belt right there that this guy holds. Baron Corbin and half of his hairline. Anyway, these two have been jockeying back and forth on social media, so on and so forth. The Miz has told Baron Corbin that if you mention my wife and my unborn child, I'm going to knock your fucking teeth down your throat. Baron Corbin, you know, he retaliated the way he did.
Hey, you're not me.
I'm me.
I met Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at Starrcade. You know what I told him? You're not me.
Yeah. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, we all picked The Miz, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, but in shocking fashion, well, not in shocking fashion, Baron Corbin got the victory despite the Miz Daraj getting involved. He hit The Miz with the End of Days, 9 minutes 35 seconds. This got a 2 out of 5, and I pretty much realized that the crowd didn't care. Yeah, that's how the crowd felt about this.
Because The Miz didn't win. That was the thing.
Yeah. Anyway, our second champion versus champion match. This time it was tag team action. Tag team champions versus tag team champions. We had representing Monday Night Raw, The Bar. They don't set the bar, they are the bar.
You know, have you ever thought about shaving your hair? You know, I got the mohawk. We just need a bald guy.
No about that.
Oh, come on. Chicks would dig you if you didn't have a hairline.
Yeah, guess so. I guess so, yeah.
Anyway, it was Sheamus and Cesaro taking on, representing SmackDown Live, as I like to call them, WWE's residential Samoan game bangers, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. This was also a pretty good match.
Yeah.
All three of us enjoyed the match.
Cesaro didn't lose any teeth this time.
Exactly. Blood was not everywhere. No beach balls were tossed around. Cesaro did not jump in the crowd and rip up the beach balls. But I don't know who told Sheamus to put in the white stuff in his hair, but he looked ridiculous. But in the end, the Usos won. I did like where Jimmy tagged Jay, and then he went out for the dive. That was nice. 15 minutes, 55 seconds. It gets a 4 out of 5. The next match, another champion versus champion match on the women's side. Women's champion versus women's champion. You had representing Monday Night Raw, 5 Feet of Fury, Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss taking on the new champion and current champion as we are recording this, Charlotte Flair.
Now, there was a spot in this match where Alexa Bliss almost accidentally went into business for herself.
Yeah.
It was, she had hit Charlotte with something and was going for the pin. She was supposed to hook the inside leg, which she did. She almost pinned the outside leg, however.
Yep.
She had done that. It would have been in her favor. However, she would have gone into business for herself. And as we all know, going into the business for yourself makes a lot of enemies. Just look at Triple Mania. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Another conversation for another day. But this match really wasn't anything special. I mean, both girls went out there, did their thing for the time that they had. Charlotte Flair did win by submission with the figure 8, 15 minutes even, 2.5 out of 5. And our last champion versus champion match, you had this belt right here, this third place belt, the Universal Championship, the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, taking on the WWE Champion,
the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Surprisingly, this match was better than what we expected. We usually expected the same old Brock Lesnar stuff. You know, you go in, bounce around, Suplex City. He wrestles in 5 minutes and then he leaves. But, you know, he kind of wrestled AJ's level a bit. The crowd was into this match. We were into this match. Despite AJ getting tossed around like a sack of potatoes a few times, he did have a strong showing with Brock. Brock Lesnar did win, by the way, with the F5. And like Paul Heyman said, if you are not an AJ Styles fan, something is wrong with you. He's practically one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world today. That being said, 15 minutes, 25 seconds, it gets a 4 out of 5.
Now, gotta commend somebody on their selling power. Commend Brock Lesnar on his selling power because he managed to fool the audience as well as the backstage roster that he was injured.
Yep. A lot of speculation saying that he may have had a torn calf muscle or whatever the case may be. But, you know, like I said, he wrestled on AJ's level. It wasn't the typical Brock Lesnar match that we normally see. So, you know, he definitely pulled one on us, fans, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Now, our last 5-on-5 elimination tag team match on the men's side. Fellas, if I can speak for us, we had so much anticipation so much anticipation for this match, but this match ended up going downhill quick, and it turned out to be a clunky clusterfuck. Correct?
Clusterfuck is the exact word I used.
Yeah. Basically, it was Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Team Raw led by Captain Kurt Angle with Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and now replacing Jason Jordan, Triple H. Taking on Team SmackDown with Captain Shane McMahon, Robes, Smiley Face Guy, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and Mr.
Juan Cena.
Juan Cena. Now, before we get into this match, the gist of this match basically came about when Shane McMahon and his brand invaded Raw, and they told Kurt Angle that you were hashtag under siege. And so they beat down the roster. They made a statement towards Kurt Angle and Monday Night Raw. Fast forward a few weeks later, Monday Night Raw got the upper hand on SmackDown as Kurt Angle made a statement towards Shane and SmackDown that we will not go down easily. Now, fast forward to Survivor Series, you had a few face-offs like Bobby Roode versus Triple H, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Triple H. They had some NXT chants, Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, so on and so forth.
Balor and Orton.
Who else? That's pretty much all we can think of.
Yeah.
Roode and Balor, Cena and Joe. Anyway, just to sum all this up, this clusterfuck up. Basically, Triple H went into business for himself. He was the main focus.
Well, dial it back a bit.
Okay.
Because when it came down to Triple H, Braun Strowman, and Kurt Angle against Shane O'Mac and Orton, Shane O'Mac got annihilated by the super best friends, KO and Zayn.
Yep.
It went into business, destroying him, and then Shane O'Mac laid in some really, he laid in some chair shots that sounded particularly nasty every time they hit Sami Zayn.
Yeah, and he chased him off like your grandmother chasing you with a switch.
And while his back was turned, Orton got, Braun Strowman was finished with him.
Yeah. And so basically it was down to John Cena.
No, Cena was eliminated at this point.
Yeah.
It was just down to...
Oh, it was Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman, Triple H, and Kurt Angle. Shane got put into the ankle lock until we go back to Triple H. He went into business for himself. He pedigreed Kurt Angle, threw Shane on top of Kurt Angle, pedigreed Shane McMahon. So Braun Strowman and Triple H were basically the sole survivors of Monday Night Raw, and the crowd was just like, that's it. And Braun Strowman was like, what the fuck just happened? You know? And so...
he got Triple H in a choke and told him, if you ever double-cross me, I'm going to make sure that it's the last game you play.
Yeah. And then speculation came about, we could see this at WrestleMania. I hope not. Not even the Royal Rumble. And then, of course, video afterwards where Triple H ran into the wall, trying to pose to the crowd.
But before the cameras went off, Triple H tried to jump Strowman, but Strowman power slammed him 2 or 3 times.
Yep. But like we said, Monday Night Raw got the victory. 33 minutes, 20 seconds. It gets a 3 out of 5.
And they got complete victory in a 3-2 clutch win.
Yep. Superstar matches and overall rating. Matches of the night will go to the 6-man tag team match. The tag team match, and Universal Champion versus WWE Championship match. Superstars of the night go to New Day, Shield, Asuka, Usos, Bar, Lesnar, Styles. Overall rating 3.
Wasn't a bad pay-per-view, but it's decent.
It was decent.
They had a better showing at TakeOver beforehand.
Yep, and now they're getting ready for Philadelphia because that's where the Royal Rumble will be.
Yeah, and they're going to boo Roman Reigns out of the building again.
Yeah.
It's pretty much tradition this year. It's pretty much tradition every time they do that.
It's pretty much just tradition everywhere they go. Philly, New Orleans.
Oh, I mean especially in Philly.
Yeah.
because he got booed out when he won the Rumble. He got booed out the next time Monday Night Raw was in Philly, and now he's going to get booed out in Philly again.
He's going to have a rough weekend.
Anyway, just want to tie a nice little bow on this. Of course, follow our branding and whatnot. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Follow this dumbass's podcast. What does he know? He's just a bitch with an itch.
Mm-hmm. And a lot to say.
Yep. Of course, subscribe to our Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content, such as this guy's show, that guy's show, my show, and our vintage review show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Upcoming stuff, we're going to do preview and review of WWE Clash of Champions. In a little bit here, I'm going to record a preview for Defiant. We Are Defiant, which is going to happen tomorrow, Monday, at 1 p.m. Central Time, whatever.
Yeah.
GMT.
Different time zones.
Yeah. I'm
Now,
also going to be doing a review of that.
Yeah. And the main event, of course, is a triple threat match for the soon-to-be Defiant Championship. Well, the Defiant Championship. The champion Marty Scurll versus Joe Hendry versus Martin Kirby. Yeah.
Then,
which should be pretty good.
Yeah. I will upload the first half of our year-end award deliberations coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
We will get to work on the second half whenever. Mm-hmm. And then we will record our year-end awards late December, early January, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're behind on our backlog, so we're trying to work on that.
Yeah. Slowly but surely we're getting our stuff out there. Just be patient. Just wait on it.
And we're no longer reviewing, what was it? Starcade. We're no longer reviewing that old Starcade.
And that was the first one, and it was boring as fuck.
Yeah, it was boring. We didn't even make it to the ending.
Yeah, that guy fell asleep. He fell asleep during the first match.
Mm-hmm.
That's how boring it was.
So boring, and the tagline was so cheesy.
Flair for the gold. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. The main event was Harley Race versus Ric Flair. Ric Flair won. He beat Harley Race for the championship.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway,
woo!
Trying to think what else we got looking forward to. We got Royal Rumble next month, so.
Yeah.
And we got Wrestle Kingdom. Almost forgot about Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Omega and Okada will be there.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to say Versus. Well, shame on you, because Omega is going to be taking on a dream opponent, a.k.a. Y2J, the GOAT.
Yes. Alpha versus Omega. Naito versus Okada for the world title.
The Rainmaker versus Los Ingobernables.
Yes. Fucking Young Bucks versus Roppongi 3K for the Junior Tag Team Championships. Fuck. The whole card is just amazing.
It is. Yeah, that's going to be it. So, he's the bitch with the niche. Rodimus Prime is the third place.
Yep.
He's the strong arm of the mainstream machine, the United States champion, Mainstream Malcolm. I am the face of the mainstream machine as well as WonderShop. I am the true and rightful WWE champion, WonderShop WWE champion. Man, it feels so right to say that. War Machine MJ, and we will see you guys next time.